After months of waiting, it's finally here. Animal Company's new update is officially released, being dubbed as Animal Company Mining on the main title screen. But no one expected how big this update would actually be. This update is jam-packed with new items, brand new features, many map changes, and much, much more. But an update of this size is impossible to pull off without many flaws, and this update surely comes with a lot of those. In this video, I'll talk about every category of this update, including changes, additions, the new items and their usefulness, new features, and of course, all of the flaws, and rank their execution on a scale of 1 to 5. At the end of the video, I'll tally all the points up and we'll see how many this update gets out of 20. There's a lot to cover in this video, so be sure to stick around to see whether or not Category 1, New Additions. Now, obviously we know there's a ton of these, so I'll try to skim over them real quickly. Obviously there's a brand new map, the Mines, which is where the forest used to be. At the start of the mine there's a tight shaft, with a path leading to a huge open area, with paths leading to even more shafts. Now, this map is absolutely huge, and for that reason I still haven't even explored all of it, even though I've played a lot, and I mean a lot, of this update. We also received new cosmetics, that being a mole and tiger, with the mole being the $30 pack of this update and having 3 different styles. And of course, there's a brand new spider monster, which towers above the player in a staggering 2 times height difference. This spider takes off about half of your health bar with just 1 hit, and is attracted by either movements near it or getting caught in the spider web. So obviously, this update brings a lot to the table in terms of brand new additions, and for that reason, I'm giving it a 4.5 out of 5 on the execution scale. Now, let's move on to Category 2, New Features. With every new Animal Company update comes a new feature. For example, the Halloween update brought a level with objectives to move on to different stages, the Tech Tree update brought items that are unlocked through tokens, and the Christmas update brought snowballs that deal damage. This update is no different, and the big feature that Animal Company has brought to the mining update is, obviously, mining. The update brings many different types of ores that you can mine with any weapon, and they all have a chance to give you any type of in-game currency. Some ores have nuggets of varying size that you can use to sell, with there being bronze, silver, and gold nuggets. These veins of ores can be found in any map, whether it be the mines, the forest, or even underground. So in terms of execution, this category gets a solid 4 out of 5. Now, you may be wondering, how do you get the ores from the forest if the mines are where the forest used to be? Well, I'll explain just that in... Wait, this is the next category. Who put this here? Well, I guess it's that time of the video where I stop the video without warning and tell everyone to like the video and subscribe. So yeah, if you want to support the channel and help me hit my goal of 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, I'd suggest you subscribe. If you want to help this video out, you can leave a like and or comment so this video gets pushed out to more people. But now on to more important matters. Let's move on to Category 3, Changes. Every Animal Company update made slight changes to the overall maps. Whether it be freezing the lake for the Christmas update, putting monsters everywhere for the Monster Outbreak update, or even experimenting with different hands for the player models for a couple of months ago. Well, this update probably takes first place for most changes in the update, with there being tons of important changes scattered everywhere. For starters, they extended the end of the minefields to make room for the new forest entrance, also moving the haunted house and old cave to there too. They also added all the new ores to the forest and underground maps, so if you're tired of the mines, you can still grind for company coins, nuts, or research points in all of the old maps. Another big change they made is getting rid of the taskbar, because now you can just mine for anything you need. Something small but a change I noticed was that they made the height barrier way higher up, so you'll definitely see less people camping on the top of the map from now on. They also caved in the secret bunker in the landmine field, so now there's no easy way to get umbrellas or pogo sticks and props like the boombox or whoopee cushion without unlocking them in the tech tree. So, in all, this update made a lot of new and needed changes to the game, which really freshens up the gameplay and makes it feel like a better game overall. So, my overall ranking in this category is a perfect 5 out of 5, since this update made the most amount of changes of probably any update. But now, let's move on to Category 4, New items. This update brings with it new items unlockable through the tech tree that will help you with mining ores, killing monsters, and making things more convenient when you're playing by yourself. First of all, there's two different types of bone weapons, that being a regular bone and a bone sword. There's also a quiver for arrows, regular arrows, and light bulb arrows, all for the crossbow. It's about time we got these. Additionally, there's an upgraded pickaxe, which is better for mining ores, sticky dynamite, all it does is stick to surfaces, and a protective bone shield, which is an upgraded shield. But by far the biggest new addition to the tech tree are the hip attachments that basically act as an offhand for many different items. There's a right and left one, both of them costing 5 research points each, and it will make mining much easier. In conclusion, I give the new items and their execution a 4.5 out of 5. It didn't add as much as the tech tree, but almost all the items are useful in some way. Now, you may be thinking, well, this update looks like it's getting an easy high score. I mean, this guy's giving nothing less than a 4 on every category. Well, no update can be perfect, and that's where this last section comes in. Let's move on to Category 5, Flaws. Like I just said, no update can be perfect, and this one is no exception. Obviously, with an update this big and ambitious, it's bound to come with its fair share of glitches and bugs, and there's definitely some of those. For starters, there's an insane amount of ways to get out of the map, with some being not that noticeable, and others, well, pretty obvious. There's also this weird bug where a spider and Armstrong spawn in a crevice in the open area in the mines, which I don't think they're supposed to do. I also don't think the devs accounted for players getting up to the new height barrier, which you can absolutely do pretty easily if you have a hook shot. But onto the criticisms, and players definitely have a bit. For example, some people are really mad that they took away the task board, with some even petitioning to bring it back. I personally think this is a stupid take because they pretty much made it easier to grind for company coins and research points. Some people are also saying that they're really mad that the devs removed the secret area by the minefields, and I can actually kind of get behind this. I love being able to just get an umbrella or pogo stick without unlocking it in the tech tree, and I feel like they should bring it back in the future. But as far as criticisms go, that's basically it, and that means that this section is done. I feel like with some simple tweaks and patches here and there, basically everything here is fixed. So I'll only subtract 1.5 points from this update's overall score. Now, finally, let's move on to the final score. After tallying everything up, this update gets an amazing score of 16.5 out of 20. That's literally only 3.5 points away from a perfect score, and this update absolutely deserves it. It has amazing new additions, great changes, and one of the scariest monsters we've seen in this game. So, overall, do I think this update is good? What do you think? Of course I think it's good!